Hey guys, this is Sameer for Digit.in and today we will be reviewing the Pebble Time smartwatch. So let's get started. So kicking things off with the design of the Pebble Time, the smartwatch has a simple and elegant design. While we've seen other smartwatches like the Moto 360 or the LG Watch Bane, they have a round design. Pebble still has a square design. Of course, there is the Pebble Time round which is available in the market, but we haven't received that as of yet. Moving on, you have a tough 2.5D curved glass that is protecting the display, and the bezel that you see around the display is a stainless steel bezel. The Pebble weighs about 42.5 grams, making it relatively light and also very sturdy at the same time. It's very comfortable to wear. The Pebble Time is available in three colors, the red, white and the black one, and the black unit is the one that you see here that we've received for review. Now the Pebble Time doesn't have a touch screen, so you really can't interact with it on the screen, but instead it has four buttons, three on the right and one on the left. The one on the left of course acts as a back button, and the one in the middle acts as an action button, and the ones that are on top and below act as the navigation buttons. So you can navigate the menu and of course hit the middle button if you want to enter a particular app. Speaking of the buttons, they're very sturdy and quite well built, so you really have to put in a bit of effort to press them to get them to work, and that isn't a bad thing at all. They don't require unnaturally hard pressure, but the fact that they do require some pressure means that they're very sturdy and you won't bump into a wall and the button won't get pressed, so that is a good thing. Overall, when you look at the design of the watch, it isn't something classy that you will wear with a suit, but it isn't bad either. With the number of watch faces that you can put on it, it has a simple, elegant design that's great for both casual and formal wear and is one of the relatively more comfortable smartwatches to use. Now, coming to the performance, kicking things off with its compatibility, it is compatible with both iOS and Android. You can just download the companion app, select the particular brand of watch that you're wearing. So if you have the Pebble Time round, you can select that, or the Pebble Time or the other Pebble watches, and simply hit go, and the smartwatch syncs with your smartphone via Bluetooth. Now the maximum battery life that I have received on the Pebble Time smartwatch is a whopping 5 days. I mean, if the battery comes down to close to 20% and you don't have the charger on you, you can switch off the smart functionality and actually use it as a simple digital watch for another 2 days. That's a whole battery life of about 7 days that you can get if you want to push it to its limit. On the downside, if you're someone that receives notifications every minute and you're using the watch on, let's say, full brightness, all notifications all on the time, and pushing it to its limit, the battery life may come down to 3 days or 4 days, but that's still a lot better than what we've seen on many smartwatches available in the market today. Now coming to the performance, there is a lot that you can do with this smartwatch, and of course there are a lot of watch faces. As you can see in front of me, the watch face we have right now is something called the 8-bit NES Heroes. What happens is every time the minute hand changes, the NES hero changes. So right now, of course, it is Uncle Scrooge from the Tailspin, the animated cartoon that used to come on TV, at least when I was a child, and it had of course an NES game to accompany it. And it's a lot of fun if you're someone that grew up in the 8-bit NES era to try to identify which character it is. If you wait till 612, you will see the character change. There you go. So now it's a spaceship from the game that I can't remember the name of right now, but as you see, as the minutes go by, the image changes. There are a lot of funky watch faces, and if you have any of them preloaded on the smartphone, you can actually use them and change them from the comfort of the watch itself. You don't need to resort to the smartphone to change the watch face, but you do need to go to the smartphone if you want to download a new watch face. So coming to the user interface, the Pebble Time has something called as the Timeline UI, and it's actually very clean. All the apps are neatly listed one below the other, and when you have a particular app on, you can see the next app that's below it right there. So even if you're navigating, you have one app that's prominently in front of you and another just waiting to pop up, and you know exactly which the next app is going to be. You also have the ability to control the notifications from the comfort of your watch itself, read them, and of course clear them if you've seen all the notifications that you've received. You can also play a bunch of games on the Pebble Time smartwatch, and we're just going to show you some of the games that are out here. So one game that we have out here is called Tiny Birds. It is a version of Flappy Birds, and it is as difficult as Flappy Birds was, but nonetheless it's still a lot of fun and quite addictive, getting to play a few games on your wrist. Well, there, I don't think I've ever gotten beyond 3, that's my best score. But yes, you do have a bunch of other games which are very, very cool to play on the smartwatch. So you also have Tetris, which is out here. Let's see if we can get you a look at Tetris. Okay, so I seem to have deleted Tetris, but you have a bunch of games for the Pebble smartwatch, and of course you have games like Snake as well that you can play, and it's essentially a lot of fun to try to go and it's a lot of fun to navigate the watches once you're focusing and actually playing a game, and the fact that even you can play a game like solitaire or chess from the comfort of your wrist is great. So right now it's picking off at the game that I was playing some time ago, and it's pretty easy to maneuver and navigate where you want to move your character. So that way the watch is pretty intuitive and easy to learn, especially if you're someone that likes playing games on the go. Now the apps library of the Pebble Time is really large. It's only limited by the amount of time you spend digging in the apps library via the smartphone app. It's compatible with iOS and Android, and it doesn't have Google Now or Siri like functionality, but you can still reply to messages using your voice. You can actually reply to messages from the comfort of your smartwatch. Right now, of course, there are no messages in my inbox, but yes, it is as simple as hitting the middle action button, hitting reply, choosing one from the pre-listed options, or simply speaking into the watch. Coming to one of the best features of the smartwatch, it has a color e-ink display. So the e-ink display means that it's very easy to see the display under direct sunlight, and it also consumes less battery, which is one of the reasons why this device has such a good battery life. So there you have it. That was our review of the Pebble Time smartwatch. For its price, the features on offer are quite good, especially when you compare them to competing smartwatches available for about 20,000 rupees. The biggest advantage of the Pebble Time is, of course, the battery life, which will last you for about 5 days, and the e-ink display, which is always on. On the downside, it doesn't have Google Now or Siri like functionality, which can be limiting, especially if you're someone that's already used to using Android Wear. Overall, it's a great smartwatch that you definitely can consider for a budget of 20,000 rupees. As always, you can let us know how you like this review in the comment section below. If you liked it, you can like this video, and for more videos like this, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll see you in another video. It's goodbye for now.